How can you create multi-layered, delicious piano parts in a simplified piano way when writing a primary song? That is our topic today in Dr. Doug's Daily Tips for Writing Great LDS Church Music, where I take a hymn or a primary song and I pick one composer gem lesson from the song and share it with you each day so you can write better church music. So, okay, piano parts. This is often, very often, in fact, what trips up most people. So we're going to look at a couple techniques used in this beautiful primary song, I Pray in Faith, that help you write richer, thicker piano parts in a simplified fashion. All right. Now, there's actually several other things we could talk about in this hymn, especially since it's a double melody primary song. I called it a hymn a second ago. Sorry, primary song. But let's look. We want to focus on the piano today. So let's just pick this apart a little minute. Look at the first line. Okay, that much is enough to start with. So look at how these chords are going. So if you only look horizontally, you have this upper hand, which is moving in quarters and in an upward motion, starting low, going high every time. Okay, that's the first layer. Then you have this second layer of the chords changing every downbeat. They hold for the whole measure. Okay, but there's an internal layer. There's this kind of hidden internal layer, and it's where the bottom note, the downbeat of each right hand bit, works together with the left hand to create enough of a harmony that we get the full chord, or at least the implied full chord. So each of these downbeats couple with the piano part to give us a complete chord, or an implied complete chord. So in the first one, we have a full F chord with F, A, C. All right, all three notes are right there in that configuration. However, the right hand continues to play its quarter notes. The next downbeat, we have a C7 chord, and this is the one that's implied. When you have a note and it's seventh, especially when it's the 5 chord coming off of the 1 chord, we can tell that's a 5 chord. The rest of the notes in the right hand confirm it, so that we have a full 5 chord there. But the downbeat being the 7th is really crucial. If you had just played a 5th on the downbeat, it would sound too empty and open. We need more. So by putting the 7th there, that gives us the implied 5th and the implied 3rd, and then we get the actual 3rd there. The next downbeat, we have another F chord. This one has A in the bass. It's first inversion. But again, we get 3 notes. We're at F, A, C, the full chord on the downbeat. The next measure, same thing. It's a 4 chord. You have B flat, D, and F, all on the downbeat. Not just B flat and F. The D makes it a full chord, again on this downbeat. So the right hand is actually participating in 2 roles. The first role being sort of the obvious shape of the upward quarter notes on every beat. But the second job that it's doing is it's working with the left hand to complete the chords. Then if you look a little deeper, there's one more thing. It's the succession of downbeats. First an A, then a B flat, then a C, then a D, then a G. And if you play it again, and if you kind of hold those notes... Oops, I did the wrong note. See. It's this internal line. I sang the the wrong thing again. Dee da dee da. Sorry. Da, dee, da. It's this internal layer that we get because it's on the downbeat and it's coupling itself with the left-hand chords. This is so easy to play. It's very simple, yet it's 3 layers. It's delicious. Now, one extra thing, because this kind of thing continues, and one variation on this is we actually get 3 voices here in this red box. We get, so the motion of the quarter notes continues, but it goes into the alto while the top voice holds a dotted half that works with the bass. And then we swap, and this one holds with the bass. And then again down here, the alto takes over the quarter note roll while this C holds with the A and the bass. Same thing here, and same thing here, and same thing here. Okay, so 2 big lessons. This 3-layer, I told you I'd only give you 1 lesson, but I'm giving you 2. This 3-layer kind of texture that's very simple to play, but nice and rich. And number 2, letting it evolve and letting a role that was in the top voice take a spot in a middle voice while the upper voice does something different, and then swapping and so forth. Okay, this is a very simple piano part. I mean, almost every primary pianist can play this, at first glance. It's very easy, but it's rich. It's a nice, rich texture. Okay, that is your composer gem for today. This kind of piano part is very useful. I highly recommend playing this through and digging even deeper and see if you can find any more little lessons to pull out of it and use those techniques that you find in your church music. If you enjoyed this, head over to latterdaymusiversity.com for some more free tips where you can get my 10 commandments for writing testimony-building, warm, fuzzy music. It's a free 24-page report to give you lots of fundamental techniques to write greater church music. Thanks for hanging with me today. Come back tomorrow. We will look at page 15 in the Primary Children's Songbook. See you then.